A South Carolina high school has given us an obnoxious example of how biased towards collectivism these indoctrination centers really are. But here's the key. Beyond the frustration of this, there's a lesson we can derive from it. And that is that conservatives and individualists cannot change a system that by its nature cannot coexist with individualist principles. Hi everyone, I'm Gardner Goldsmith for MRC-TV, and well, comrades, it's happened again. This time in the little Soviet of Rock Hill, South Carolina.
A Rock Hill father was furious when his son sent him this picture. It was part of a high school teacher's presentation in class. Well, now this photo is sparking concern that liberal views are being pushed on students.
The slide showed the word liberal and descriptors such as tolerant, generous, enlightened, broad-minded, lavish, and charitable, and showed the word conservative. And the descriptors were stingy, miserly, regressive, narrow-minded, reactionary, bigoted, prejudiced, and, irony of ironies, biased. Well, the student sent this quite unbiased image to his father, and his father ignited, spreading the image to others and saying, quote, "I am tired of these schools indoctrinating our kids. This needs to stop." Of course, it's possible that the image is out of context, but a quick look at the so-called statement issued by school officials negates that option. It reads, in part, "The full presentation sought to provide an overview of political parties and social and fiscal issues that have shaped the American political system. The teacher, on at least 2 occasions, stressed to students that labels of conservative and liberal have changed throughout history, and each is not synonymous with today's Republican and Democrat parties. The presentation focused on the basic beliefs of conservatives and liberals, and a follow-up activity asked students to identify conservative and liberal positions on issues and explain why each side takes the positions that it does." But of course, the dispute has nothing to do with whether or not a political party was associated with any of the descriptors. It has to do with whether the ideologies themselves were presented in such a misleading and biased way. And said Bonnie Hunter, a Rock Hill resident,
"I don't think it's a fair assessment. Because I'm a conservative, I wouldn't be too happy with those being the ways to judge me. I would hope that we could take away the division that we have in our country nowadays instead of inflame it."
Unfortunately, Ms. Hunter's hope is unlikely to be realized because it's not in the best interest of tax-funded government-run schools to promote principles that run counter to the continuation of the tax-funded government-run schools. Instead, collectivists will demonize and attack anything hospitable to more individual decision-making and competition. Heck, when I was a kid in high school, I had a history teacher who used to pull my hair and threaten to pour a soda over my head simply because I dared to challenge her collectivist dogma, which might explain my current hair situation today. But regardless of that, the key here is for those who favor individual liberty to recognize that they can't change a system that by its nature cannot coexist with individualism, with individualist principles, and with freedom. Instead, they would do better to detach themselves as much as possible, save their kids, and to suggest that others do the same. By doing so, they'll help future generations escape the collectivist echo chamber that leaves kids deaf to pretty much everything except collectivism. A few ideas to draw from this frustrating situation out of Rock Hill, South Carolina, and for conservatives in that area, I wish you all the best. And to all of you watching, thank you, and I wish you all the best as well. Don't forget, if you're watching on YouTube, to like and subscribe, to hit the little bell to let you know when new videos have been presented, and to spread the word. It helps get around the censorious out there. For MRC-TV, I'm the bald Gardner Goldsmith.